here's the real test. Can you keep believing even when everything looks like it's against you? Can you keep pushing even when it feels like the universe is throwing every obstacle in your way? Because that's where most people break. The second things get hard, they assume they're not meant to win. They assume the universe is against them. But that's the ultimate illusion. The universe isn't stopping you. It's testing you. It's checking to see if you actually deserve the life you say you want. Everyone wants success until it requires suffering. When you hit resistance, that's not a sign to quit. That's not a message to stop. That is proof that you are exactly where you need to be. Because resistance only shows up when you're pushing against the boundaries of your old life. It's the final wall standing between you and your breakthrough. The weak turn back, the strong push harder. So the question is simple. Do you actually trust yourself? Do you actually believe you are meant to win? Or are you just playing at success, hoping the world hands it to you? Because that's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. One group knows, the other hopes. One moves with certainty, the other waits for proof. And that hesitation, that moment of doubt, that is the exact reason most people live and die average. You cannot hesitate your way to greatness. You cannot doubt your way to success. You either bet on yourself fully with zero hesitation, or you will be just another name, just another person who had potential but never did anything with it. The universe rewards the bold. It rewards those who move like their success is already written. If you can't do that, you'll spend your life watching others live the dreams you were too scared to chase. Stop waiting, stop questioning, start moving like the universe is already working in your favor, because the moment you fully commit, it will be. There was a time when I had nothing, no money, no connections, no certainty that I would ever make it. Just a relentless hunger inside me, a voice that refused to be silenced. And I had a choice. Either trust that hunger, trust that deep, undeniable feeling that I was meant for more, or let fear consume me like it does most people. The world teaches you to be realistic, to be practical, to play life safe and aim for just enough. But that mindset, that's the exact reason most people live in quiet misery, spending their days making excuses instead of making moves. The moment you step into the world with absolute certainty, everything changes. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's a shift in the way you see yourself and by extension, how the world responds to you. The world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you demand. And if you don't demand success from yourself, if you don't demand greatness from your own existence, you will never have it. The universe is not against you, but it also isn't going to hand you anything. It's waiting for you to prove you actually deserve what you say you want. I've seen men cripple themselves with hesitation. I've watched people with talent, with intelligence, with more opportunities than I ever had, waste it all because they simply didn't believe it was possible. They thought they needed to see the path laid out in front of them before they could take the first step. But that's not how the game is played. You don't wait for the path to appear, you start walking and the path forms under your feet. Every powerful man you admire, every legend, every self-made success story, they all started from nothing. The difference is they moved. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for certainty. They stepped forward and trusted that the universe would move with them. I remember sitting in my tiny apartment, broke, overlooked, underestimated. No one believed in me. No one thought I'd ever become something. But I didn't need them to. The only person who needs to believe in your future is you. And I believed. I acted like I was already successful before I even had a penny to my name. I spoke with confidence. I walked with power. I trained my mind to see myself as undeniable, even when my reality didn't reflect it yet. And slowly, piece by piece, the universe started bending to my will. The right people appeared, the right doors opened, not because I was lucky, but because I had commanded it into existence. This is where most people break. They start strong, they feel motivated for a while, but the second they hit resistance, they crumble. The second life doesn't hand them results overnight, they retreat back to their comfort zone, back to their doubt, back to their excuses. But here's the truth. The universe will always test you before it rewards you. It will push you to the edge, make you question everything, force you to prove whether you actually deserve what you claim to want. Pressure creates diamonds, but it also crushes the weak. So which one are you? The ones who win don't back down when it gets hard. They don't start questioning whether they're meant for success just because things aren't happening fast enough. They trust. They trust in themselves, they trust in their ability to figure it out, and they trust that as long as they keep pushing forward, the universe must respond. And it does. It always does. But only for those who refuse to break. I'm telling you this because I've lived it. I know what it's like to be in that place where nothing seems to be working, where every step forward feels like a battle. But I also know that if you keep pushing, if you refuse to quit, there will be a moment when everything shifts. A moment when you realize that the universe was never against you. It was just waiting for you to prove you were worthy. And when that moment comes, you will look back and laugh at how close you were to giving up. So the question is simple. Are you going to trust yourself, or are you going to be like everyone else? Because the universe is watching, and it only moves for those who move first. Most people don't even realize they've been programmed to fail before they've ever started. Conditioned to believe that success is reserved for a lucky few, that life is something that just happens to them instead of something they have the power to control. And this belief, it's the very reason they stay broke, stay weak, stay trapped in a life they hate. The world isn't holding you back, your own mind is. The second you realize that, you either fix it or you keep living like a pawn in someone else's game. Fear is what stops most men. Fear of failing, fear of looking stupid, fear of stepping outside the lines that society has drawn for them. And that's exactly why most men never escape mediocrity. They sit around waiting for a guarantee before they take action, but they don't understand that success doesn't come with guarantees, it comes with decisions. You don't wait for certainty, you create it by committing fully. You want to win? Then decide. Decide that you'll figure it out no matter what. Decide that nothing will break you. Decide that your vision is non-negotiable. You've got one life, one shot, and you're gonna waste it second guessing yourself? Wasting time worrying about what others think? Do you understand how insane that is? Do you think the universe put you here just to exist in some mediocre, half-lived reality? The fact that you're even alive means something. You weren't born to be average. You weren't born to be another faceless nobody in the crowd, but that's exactly what you'll become if you don't fight for more. If you don't take control of your own destiny, someone else will. And trust me, they won't be thinking about your best interest when they do. You need to wake up and see what's happening. Most people spend their entire lives on autopilot, never once questioning the system that keeps them weak. School, media, society, it all conditions you to accept your place instead of rise above it. You're taught to follow the rules, keep your head down, be realistic about your dreams. But do you know what realism really is? It's the death of ambition. It's the excuse people use when they're too afraid to push past their limits. Realists don't change the world, visionaries do. The moment you stop buying into the lie that you have to live like everyone else is the moment your life actually begins. But here's the thing, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you a life of power, wealth, and freedom. You either take it or you don't. You either decide that you are worthy of more, or you accept a life that deep down you know isn't good enough. The universe rewards the bold. It respects those who move without hesitation, who step into the unknown with absolute certainty. The moment you stop hesitating, the moment you start acting like a man who cannot lose, is the moment everything starts shifting in your favor. But let me make one thing clear. There will be pain, there will be struggle, you will be tested in ways you can't even imagine. And that's where most people break. They think challenges are a sign to stop, when in reality, they are proof that they're on the right path. The universe doesn't hand success to the untested. It forges champions through fire. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt is there to see if you're serious, to see if you'll keep going even when it feels impossible. And that's the difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't. The winners don't stop. They don't back down. They don't let fear control them. They use it. Because fear is fuel. Fear is proof that you're stepping outside the limitations that have held you back your entire life. Most people run from it. They avoid discomfort, avoid risk, avoid anything that might make them feel something real. And that's why they stay weak. That's why they never build the mindset, the resilience, the unstoppable force it takes to bend reality to their will. You don't eliminate fear, you master it. You take it and turn it into power. And when you do that, when you step into that version of yourself, nothing can stop you.